High glucose levels lead to glycation when sugar molecules bind to proteins. These reactions form advanced glycation end products. AGs attack amino acids in the extracellular matrix. Time to save the amino acids. Amino acids are essential for tissue repair and function.
This is going to be my second video about excessive zinc, and I found some more critical data about the risks of excessive zinc. Now, what could cause excessive zinc? Well, too many zinc supplements, possibly excessive quercetin, because quercetin is zinc's ionophore that pushes zinc into the cell and increases zinc levels. Also, possibly another cause of excessive zinc is oysters. Oysters are very, very high in zinc, probably the top number one food high in zinc. Oysters do have copper though, so that might counteract the excessive zinc or balancing it, but I'm not sure how much copper is in oysters. Okay, so there are these complexes called thiols, and thiols have an effect on different things, which I'm going to explain soon in the video. But basically, zinc is a transition metal that forms strong coordination complexes with thiols, and excessive zinc can bind these thiols and locking those thiols in place. And one of the things that this can impact is on glycation end products and glycation defense. So glycation is like when a sugar is either extremely high and excessive in the blood, or if a high sugar combines together with high protein, creating glycation, or even if its sugar is highly cooked with a protein, such as let's say barbecue sauce with sugar on a grill with a burger while it's cooking, that could create glycation. Glycation could make the ECM, or short for extracellular matrix, extremely rigid and stiff that the immune cells cannot enter to attack the cancer cells. That's one of the main focal points of most of my videos. Now, what can happen here is that the thiols, they can be bound by zinc, especially if the zinc is excessive. The problem with that is that it actually causes the glycation end products, because of excessive zinc, to progress to an irreversible state. So this can impair immune attack or mobility against cancer cells. And the reason this happens is because of glutathione, or GSH for short, needs cysteine. So cysteine is crucial for glutathione and other thiol-based antioxidants that reduce reactive carbonyl species and ages. So carbonyl is another word for advanced glycation end products. Since these thiols are crucial for glutathione, because glutathione is responsible for reducing ages, glutathione cannot do that function of reducing ages because, and if excessive zinc, if zinc is way too high, that it is binding or blocking those thiols that glutathione needs. Therefore, excessive zinc is preventing or hindering glutathione from reducing advanced glycation end products. Okay, here's how excessive zinc has an impact on biofilm adhesion. Now, biofilms are basically what cancer cells and pathogens, they actually hide behind as a protective shield. And macrophages cannot engulf or do phagocytosis on these pathogens and cancer cells, because that's what macrophages do to get rid of those pathogens and cancer cells. But macrophages can't do that if biofilms are protecting them. Also, excessive biofilms can lead to DNA damage, which can lead to cancer, that could possibly reduce gene expression for, like, let's say, immune system, because the gene expression works at the DNA level, but it seems that DNA damage won't allow that to occur. Also, excessive biofilms can also lead to excessive inflammation, which drives a cancer progression and proliferation. Now, the way excessive zinc could cause this to happen in biofilms is because of the proper turnover or of the biofilm can be prevented by excessive zinc. And this is due to the extracellular matrix like actin and fibronectin. So, actin and fibronectin are in biofilms. They rely on cysteine mediated redox activity for the turnover. But that turnover of the biofilm cannot happen if excessive zinc is binding to or blocking to the cysteine thiols. That means that there's going to be no turnover of the biofilm because and if excessive zinc is binding to the cysteine thiols, because the cysteine thiols are needed for the biofilm turnover of actin and fibronectin, which are a part of biofilms. So, a good way to reduce excessive zinc, besides just reducing zinc supplements, is to reduce quercetin intake, because quercetin boosts zinc levels. Another good way to reduce excessive zinc is with curcumin and turmeric. So, turmeric and curcumin is known to bind to and reduce zinc, because a turmeric is known to reduce metals such as zinc and possibly iron. The way excessive zinc affects glutathione, or so zinc could reduce glutathione levels because of a lack of vitamin B12, because vitamin B12 is responsible for reducing advanced glycation end products with glutathione as a result of B12. The way excessive zinc causes a B12 deficiency is by reducing the magnesium transporters that are responsible for the potassium levels, because potassium is responsible for reducing excessive blood glucose by upregulating GLUT4. So GLUT4 takes glucose out of the cell and brings it into the cell, because excessive blood glucose can lead to stiff, rigid ECM, excluding immune cells from attacking cancer cells. And the other way that excessive zinc leads to advanced glycation end products because of vitamin B12 deficiency is because excess zinc lowers copper, because there's a copper zinc ratio scale balance sort of thing. And if zinc is too high, then copper goes down. What ends up happening is that iron is not metabolized correctly, because iron depends on copper for proper metabolism. What ends up happening is that vitamin A ends up not creating the intrinsic factor, because vitamin A feeds the parietal cells. So vitamin A is reliant on iron, but there is no iron because of no copper. And if there is no vitamin A, then the parietal cells cannot make intrinsic factor for vitamin B12, because vitamin B12 needs or requires intrinsic factor. And with no vitamin B12, there is no glutathione. Therefore, advanced glycation end products build up, because glutathione is responsible for reducing ages. So that's it for the video. If you want future videos, then like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep it locked in here on my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.